Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 9th, and for one time in my life, I actually got up and rode my bike before school. So we got that going for us. Hopefully it's the start to a good day then. So I had just been riding my bike for like 30 minutes like I always did with my old one, and my sister-in-law added me to their Peloton app, and I hadn't like tried it, so I was just kind of like, what's the point? I just ride my bike, it's fine. And then yesterday I was like, I'm gonna try one of them, because I always see my friends talking about certain rides, and I was like, that might be kind of good. Whew, game changer. First off, the 30 minutes goes so much faster, and I feel like I am way more sweaty, so I'm getting more of a workout. So I've only done two. I did one last night, and then I did one this morning. So both of them are just 30-minute of the cycle rides with, like, you know, the music going, and that just, I don't know, so much better. So I'm glad that I finally tried that, and I'm glad she added me onto her app, because I just used my phone then and used my bike for it. So that's been good. It's 7:15, so I'm gonna obviously shower. It's our snowball week, so today's our red and white day, because those are our school colors. So I'm gonna wear red and white. I'm gonna wear shorts, but I'll wear sweatpants to school because it's obviously winter here. And then take off my sweatpants when I get to school, because I'm trying to make it through sweatpants or athletic gear the whole entire week. So far, today we'll make it 3 for 3. So let's get ready for the day. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. All right, clearly I'm home for lunch. We're hedged with this frisbee. Bad throw. All right, couldn't find a piece of paper, so we're gonna use, this was mine yesterday, a piece of a box. So using the bottom of the box today. I know I have a notepad somewhere, I'm just lazy. So breakfast, check. Bike, check. Lunch, we're doing it. Making a sandwich. After school, what we're gonna do, obviously have dinner here. Need to finish off my 100 ounces of water, which I've had my whole hydro flask this morning already, so that's 40, I think. And I wanna paint the trim black in the basement. So those will be my goals for after school. So when I get back, end of the day, I'll tell you what we did at school. And then after school, I'll take you along to finish off my checklist. Last night, I started down here. So I just wanted to see what the doors would look like black. Keep trying to write. I don't know these switches down here very well yet. So I'll show you that. I only have one coat on there because then I ran out of paint and I did 2 doors. But I had mentioned how I'm gonna want the doors black with the trim black and the walls white. So again, sloppy. I only had a roller and I couldn't find a clean brush. So I only did that part that I could roll. So I got that side and then this side. That's one coat. And again, I think it'll look a lot better when I actually have the trim done with it and 2 coats of white on the wall. And then I got this door over here also. So I think it'll look good once it's there. So I had to go get more black paint from Menards after school today. So I want to do another coat on the doors and then get the trim around done. And then this weekend, that's when I want to get the second coat of white paint down there. And then the basement will pretty much be done. I have my family's coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So I kind of wanted to have it painted down there, because then that bedroom down there I can actually empty out and put another bed so I have more room for people to sleep. So that's kind of my goal. But I'm going to make this nice hard salami sandwich, get back to school, and I will catch up with you guys at the end of the day. All right, it is the end of the day. Gonna flip around, talk about what we did, then get out of here, get to Menards, buy what I need, get home. Of course, you can't really see it, but it's starting to snow again. It's windy. Apparently this is supposed to turn to some freezing rain tonight, so that's super fun. Okay, we have been talking about, or we're reading these, like I said, these informational books, author, illustrator study this week. So today we read An Egg is Quiet. And we just talked about, beforehand our mini lesson was on, with nonfiction books, how the authors can still have opinions based off of what they write about. So we talked about how, after this, about how the authors, the topics we've read about so far, that they seemed like they're interested and fascinated, and they think that these topics are cool. Like they are explaining something like an egg that seems kind of boring and talking about all the cool things that they do, how they have different designs, can camouflage, and different shapes allow the eggs to do different things. So that was good. And then we just talked about how with nonfiction books, you really want to think about what you know about the topic before you start, and then reflect on what you learned afterwards. I'm going to flip these over so that way you don't. But so that's what they did afterwards, because beforehand we talked about what they knew about eggs, and we didn't come up with any of the stuff really that was in the books. We kind of came up with that, you know, some people eat them for breakfast. They had that birds lay them, they hatch. That was about what we had. So in this book, it talks a lot, like I said, about like the camouflage, the shape, the size. So that's like the ostrich egg size, how they can camouflage there, the different shapes, like how this one is pointy so it won't roll off the ledges, how this one has those tendrils, I think it called them, so they don't float away. So anyways, that was our reading mini lesson. And then since we've been talking about sentences, I made sure I'm like, make sure you're not writing in fragments, make sure what you're writing is a complete sentence, have that capital letter at the beginning and a period or an exclamation point at the end. So yeah. All right, we also started talking about, I introduced like heart words. Like I said, I'd done this at the beginning of the year, kind of hadn't done it since, and now I'm like, all right, I really need to start focusing on these, especially for like the patterns or like the spelling. So today when they were in small groups, we just practiced reading and then writing some of them, identifying that heart part. I really had them, when I would say the word, think about how many sounds they heard, and then I would tell them what sound spots the heart part was. So like for like touch, 3 sounds, and then I told them that the middle sound was the heart part. So that just let them know that they should be able to get the beginning and the ending, and they really had to think about what looks right in the middle, since it's not going to be just a U like it sounds like. So we just did some T ones, because again, you have the ones like through and though and tough, where it's just like they have that O-U-G-H, where it's doing something different in all of them. Our secret stories do really help out a lot in these, because we, like the F in tough is not a tricky part for us, because we know that the GH normally is going to make the F sound at the end of a word. So that one's really not. Same for they. Put it up there anyways, but we know that EY is going to say A or E anyways. But so those ones are there. And then I just told them I want them to be somewhere visible and accessible. So when they're writing, if it's a word they know it's been one of our heart words, they have a place to come to reference it and spell it correctly if they don't remember what the heart part was. And I do think I'm going to record a video to send to parents just explaining that and the secret stories, and just letting them know if they want a copy of those flashcards to practice at home, that I'm more than happy to print them off for them. I also have these porta pics for the secret stories that I'm more than happy to send home to help them when they're decoding words when they're reading with their child. So maybe tomorrow will be the day that I record that video finally. I just feel like a video explaining and showing would be much easier than trying to explain it in like a long paragraph to them. For math, we kept working on the quadrilateral. Oh, I didn't do a video yesterday. We started talking about classifying quadrilaterals. So this is the hierarchy we came up with. I have kite on there, but the rules are just, I don't care about the kite. I'm just worried about these. So yesterday, we practiced looking at the shapes, and then today it was more by like clues. Like it was like, I have 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 right angles. What shape am I, or what quadrilateral am I? And we just talked about how you don't know if the sides are congruent based off of that. So the best option would be a rectangle. And if it was, I have 1 set of parallel sides, we obviously knew it was a trapezoid. So we just practiced thinking about what we know, and then what would be the best answer we come up with off of what we know. So that's what we did for math. And then for writing, we are starting an autobiography project. So I sent home a sheet today with families to fill out, just to kind of help them about like their early years, like where they were born, how much they weighed, things they were interested in as a baby and toddler, some special memories from beginning of their life to now, like another sibling born or a pet or whatever else. So once they bring that back to school, we'll start actually writing and making their own autobiography book. So that'll be fun. We also played a little Book-It to practice our math facts. And then in this afternoon, I read the book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which is a true story. Actually, the boy it's about, William, I think he actually is the author. So that was kind of a, hey, look at this autobiography. He is the boy, he wrote it. So good connection there to our autobiography writing we're going to be doing on our own. And that was our day in 3rd grade. I didn't just like flip my hair up like I normally do because it's so long. And I had a couple of kids who came up and they said, your hair looks different. I said, yeah, I didn't do anything to it today. They said, oh, I don't like it. They're just very blunt and honest. So, a day for day. I'm going to pack up and get out of here. Okay, I'm home. I'm gonna talk out here quick before I go in because Reg will attack me and it'll be hard to talk. So I'll do it before I go in. Got the paint. I also got that little roller because I'm hoping, since if you remember what it was down there, like it's like pretty thick boards down there. And again, if you're watching this, I know that that's probably not what I'm supposed to use for trim, but it's what I already used because I didn't want to, when I went the first time, there wasn't anyone back there who I would have needed it mixed, and I couldn't find anybody, and I'm impatient, so I just bought that. It was for furniture, and I figure, hey, furniture is made out of wood, and so is that trim. And it's just kind of cheap down there anyways, you know what I mean? So I don't care. It's not like it's like the main part of the house, so whatever. I think it's going to be fine. And if not, I'll just have to replace it, which is my own fault, but it's in the basement, so I don't care. So, got 2 cans of it. I'm going to do the trim. I'm hoping I can just use that roller since it's thick and not have to like brush everything. So that's why I got that. And we'll probably do a second coat on the doors. I don't know. We'll see how far I get. It's about 4:50. I'm very glad I rode my bike this morning because now I don't have to worry about getting that checked off. So I'm just going to probably work for about like an hour, see what I get done, eat dinner, watch the Olympics, and be lazy. And someone commented like, you're so productive, like your lazy days are what everybody else's days are like. No, like, yes. I mean, like, you're right. You're not right. I'm always lazy unless I make videos. And that's why I choose to like do more videos, because I'm like, then I feel like I should be productive, because I'm like, okay, it's either that or I put a time lapse and have you guys watch me stuff my face and watch the Olympics for 5 hours, which I could do. That would be fine. But I also like to scroll TikTok, and I have been using my phone and not a camera to record these. So then I can't scroll TikTok and watch the Olympics if I'm time-lapsing me watching the Olympics. You know what I mean? So I'm really not that productive. Normally, I am very good at just being lazy. I just am not on these days. And it's because I do it. You guys make me productive. So, all right, we're going to speed things up, play with Reg, paint, and then I'll hop on at the end when I'm saying peace out. So let's get this done. All right, it's exactly 6 o'clock and I am done. I was really sloppy up on the wall. Actually, I was pretty sloppy on the floor too, because at some point I'll have to do something with the floor. But with the wall, I was kind of like, I still need to do a second coat of paint. If I were to tape off the wall and paint the trim, then I'd have to tape the trim when I paint the wall. So in my mind, I was like, well, I might as well be sloppy now. And then when I paint the walls, I can tape the trim, and then I just tape once instead of twice. But honestly, I mean, it's not that bad. Over here is pretty good. So we got all the way around. Again, the first coat does not look good, but when I did it in the bathroom too, the second coat was much better. Like you can kind of see through. But I promise the second coat looks better. I didn't do any of the other doors yet that I hadn't already done, and I didn't do a second coat because I want to make sure I get 2 coats of paint on the trim first, and then I'm going to do the doors, because doing the trim did not take up very much paint, but yesterday when I did the doors, it took up a ton. So I just want to trim first, and I didn't get the insides of the trim. I just did what was showing because I was lazy. It's after school. All right, Reg, but that part, it feels good to have accomplished that. So, boom. And then, yeah, a lot to finish still, kind of, but whatever. All right, so this is what I mean. Like that, for making this video helped, whoop, that's very dark. Helped me do that first coat tonight. If I wouldn't have made this video, I shouldn't say that because there have been times when I like say I'm gonna make a video and then I actually record all day and then I get lazy and just never actually put it together. But for the most part, when I record a video, then it helps me stay productive. So, this is not the norm, I promise. Especially after teaching all day. Normally it's just, I'm on the couch. But having house projects has helped me be a little bit more motivated to do stuff after school instead of just plopping down. Also, not having a couch for a long time helped with that too. So now I'm gonna heat up this leftover Alfredo that I got from Aldi. So we can check off dinner. 100 ounces, we're almost there because I just gotta finish, I think 15 and I'm good. I'm gonna check it off now. And trim, we did that, boom. And now for the rest of the night, when I plop on the couch, throw Reg's Frisbee from the couch to that back room or whatever toy he wants to play fetch with. I watch the Olympics, I scroll TikTok, I put together this video, then I go to bed. So it's nothing exciting the rest of the evening, and that's what I normally do if I don't have house projects to do. I'm excited for spring because then we'll start doing stuff outside, like going to people's houses and grilling when you can actually hang out outside and you're not forced inside at all times. And it stays lighter out past like, well, right now 6 and the sun's still kind of out. Not out, it's just not completely dark. But when it's lighter out past like, 8, those are the good days. So anyways, thanks for tuning in again. I am going to be, for sure this weekend, want to do that. We'll have to do that second coat to the trim first. I need to do the second coat to the wall paint down there. I want to clear some of that stuff out and actually maybe go to the recycling center because I have all that cardboard down there. Yeah, so don't know if I'll do anything tomorrow because I have school and then I have volleyball tomorrow night. So nothing, I don't really know if I'll do much, but we'll see how I'm feeling. So I just wouldn't have time to piece it together is what I'm saying. And then it's the weekend, so we'll see what happens. But I will for sure be making, because this will go live on Thursday, I will for sure have one going up Saturday or Sunday or both. So I'll see you on those days. So until then, goodbye.